Tactical Command, this is Sword. We are inbound on final approach. I say again, on final.
New York State Police exhibit. If I can draw your attention to the middle of the tower, standing there on the roof in all his glory. Some say he's part leprechaun, others say part unicorn, because there is no other reasonable explanation for his wit, charm, hair color, or majestic stature. I give you Sergeant Eric, the Wizard of Works, Osborne.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 18th and final day of the great New York State Fair. Appreciate you folks coming out to join us. Really appreciate those of you that sat through that dog show for no other reason than to secure seats for this. The best show at the exhibit, guaranteed not to give you fleas. We are SORT. SORT is the tactical team for the New York State Police. As such, we conduct all those operations you would expect a SWAT team to conduct. High-risk felony warrants, drug raids, barricaded subjects, hostage situations, dignitary protection. However, we also perform a few tasks you wouldn't necessarily associate with a SWAT team, such as search and rescue, to include high-angle rappelling and rope rescue, which is what we're going to try to demonstrate here today in these gale force winds. So without further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them. Up on the left side of the tower, hailing from the city of Utica, New York, the land of tomato pie and chicken riggies, Trooper Matt the Laser Mazer. On the right side of the tower, coincidentally, also hailing from the city of Utica, New York, the land of greens and the crusty, Trooper Chris. If you like dogs, how do you like these puppies? Sweated! Down here on the ropes, he has mastered every discipline within the tactical realm. However, as a true Renaissance man, he also serves as our team's cobbler, sawyer, and tailor. As a matter of fact, 2 fairs ago, all his time off was spent sewing 3 bridesmaids' dresses for his sister's wedding. True story, ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant Ryan Stitch Ordway. In that top window, spinning our beats, fresh off his European tour where he played clubs from Milan to Minsk. He's available for birthdays, bar mitzvahs, and of course, bachelorette parties. Trooper Brian DJ DeRoche! And our sign language interpreter today, with the hand speed of a cheetah and the reflexes of a mongoose hopped up on Mountain Dew. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you May! Up on the left side, the team's lead, daredevil and thrill seeker, and motocross champion. I give you Trooper Scott Hot Rod Usmail. And on the right side of the tower, direct from division headquarters, sporting his tactical black multi-cam Chuck Taylors. Very nice, D. Sergeant Derek the Duke Souza. Silky smooth. As they work their way back up, I'm going to go over a little bit about what it takes to become a member of SOAR. First off, you have to be a trooper for a minimum of 2 years. Quite the process in and of itself. After that, we periodically put out training announcements. If you feel you have what it takes, you can put in a memo requesting a tryout. If your chain of command agrees with you, then you are granted access to that 3-day trial. If you complete it properly, then you go forward to a 2-week selection. If you complete that 2-week selection, you may or may not be chosen for the 6-month school. We have an over 80% attrition rate. Out of that 6-month school, 3 weeks of it are dedicated to rope work. We do basic rappelling. We do rescue work, raising and lowering systems, getting injured individuals out of precarious situations. We also do helicopter operations, where we do hoist work, fast rope like we demonstrated in the opening show, and we also rappel from elevations up to 4 times higher than this tower. Each guy, as they come down, you're going to see their harness. That's individually issued to them. On the front of it is what we call a figure 8. The rope is fed through that. That top hand on the rope, that's just a guide hand, keeps us upright. The one down here by our hip, that's the money maker, that's our brake hand. As you bring that hand away, it allows the rope to freely flow to the device. That's when we let gravity take over, and we refer to that as letting her eat. Once you bring it back towards your hip, puts friction on the device, slows, and eventually stops us. But telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So if you look up top, we got Matt and Chris who are going to come on down and demonstrate. All right, you saw as they threw themselves off that platform, hand came out, rope fed through, they went down. Feather that brake, nice and gentle landing on the roof, outstanding. However, as this fair has progressed, a couple things have occurred. Number one, the guys like to entertain themselves a little bit. That equates to velocity. Number two, these ropes get furry, they get twisted, and they get loose. If you're really letting her eat, you got that hand open a little bit too much. One of those loops can hit your glove and pop out of your hand. You lose your brakes on the thruway, that's a bad day on the road, right? You lose our brakes up here, that's a bad day on the road. And that's what brings us to Sergeant Ordway. He's not trying to be rude or antisocial. He's not showing you his back to demonstrate his well-defined lats and traps. And to hit the infirmary gets you a band-aid on it because you are caught. All right, I'm keeping it. I don't care. As our ropes guru, he has the also important yet not at all glamorous job of rope safety or belayment. If one of these guys coming down loses their brake hand, he's going to pull on that rope, putting friction on their device, slowing and hopefully stopping them. But again, telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So to help me demonstrate, one of these guys is going to do me a favor. They're going to take a couple steps back, they're going to get a running start, and they're going to throw themselves off of that roof with no hands on the rope. They're going to come hurling towards Earth at an incredible rate of speed, accelerating at 9.8 meters per second, till at the very last moment. Sergeant Ordway, if he is physically able and so inclined, will use his raw power and cat-like reflexes to engage a belay, stopping that trooper mere moments from certain death or at least a sprained ankle. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid for your whole seat. You're only going to need the edge. This part's going to be awesome. Who's going? Oh, you guys are killing me. I did the whole lead up. What's going on? Guys, figure it out like adults, will you? Yeah, please. Make it snappy. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Paper beats rock. That's very mature, like adults. Nice, Chris. As Chris comes down like a gentleman, let's hear it for Matt for volunteering. And like I said, Matt's going to get it. He's going to get back, he's going to get a running start, throw himself right off that roof, rapidly approaching terminal velocity or early retirement, to be determined, and to engage a belay at the last second, saving him from a horrible fate. You ready, Matt? You look pumped, bro. Stay loose. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ryan, what are you doing, bud? Yeah, you're not supposed to be watching. You have an active role. I did say it's going to be awesome, but you're part of the awesomeness. Hello, how are you today? What's your name, sweetheart? What is it? Layla? Did he tell you what to do? He didn't tell you at all. Not one word of instruction. Really, dude? All right, okay, there's two of you. What's your name? Emma, okay. Emma's got the shades, you got the helmet. I'm gonna give you guys, I'm gonna give them the advanced course real quick. All right, when Matt jumps, just pull on the rope, okay? Easy. On the first bounce, the second bounce, it doesn't matter. At some point, pull on the rope. He's gonna stop falling eventually. No big deal. You ready, Matt? Oh, you could hear that? Yeah, I asked you to earmuff it for a reason, bro. The adults are talking. You ready to go, bro? The two of them, they look locked in. They got all the gear. As police officers, we're trained to pick up on body language. That's a bad sign. Hey, Ryan, you want to help me out? It's a real spirited crowd. They all seem on board, all right? So just slide over. There you go. You're going to back him up. Ryan's going to do it because Ryan needs backup. His belay success rate's not phenomenal. 68% of the time, it works every time. So now we got Ryan ready to go. We got the ladies on the backup. I think we're good. What do you think? Any other mitigating circumstances there? Any other control measures, Matt? What is that? The wind is taking control. The Mary Poppins, outstanding. All right, folks, let's hear it for Matt. Let's get some energy going for him. Encourage him. And count down from 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh no! Outstanding. That umbrella's seen better days. Now we can leave him up there as long as we want. We're in charge of his descent now. We can leave him up there another 20 minutes, make it just as long as the dog show. But for our two ladies for making sure our guy didn't burn in, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. 2 Trooper Bears, courtesy of the PBA. Let's hear it for our belay team. They can't keep the helmet? That's not cool. All right. So folks, you can see how it's real easy to get twisted up and in a bad position up there. But if you find yourself in an untenable position, as long as you keep your cool, as long as you keep your head, and most importantly, as long as you keep your brake hand, you're gonna be okay. So if you look up top, we got Scott and Derek who are gonna come on down and demonstrate. All right, you saw those guys come down in that same standard seated hip rappel, same position that everyone else has. But now they're going to transition that brake hand from the right to the left. This is going to allow our guys to go ahead and invert. So now even though they're upside down, as long as they maintain that newfound brake hand, they're not going to smash face first into this beautifully manicured landscaping. This is what we call the Commando Crawl. It allows our guys to see where they're going before they present their feet or other body parts through a window. But once they've gone far enough and seen all they feel they need to see, they can revert, reassume that brake hand, and come on down. Ladies and gentlemen, the inverts. Folks are going to pick up on a reoccurring theme out here, and that's safety. We're dealing with heights, we're dealing with extreme angles, we're dealing with hard, sharp edges. It's inherently dangerous. So whether someone is rappelling, rock climbing, or even hiking, they could become injured, or they could become stranded in a position where they can go neither up nor down. We have to have a means to get to those people. Ladders aren't necessarily going to reach high enough, and helicopters can be counterproductive. Those rotors don't do our ropes any favors, if you know what I'm saying. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Matt, who's going to come down and start this demonstration. All right, say Matt's working his way down a sheer cliff face in the Adirondack Park, or perhaps Ithaca, because it is gorgeous. He gets to a spot he wants to be for a little while. He's going to take that rope and wrap it around his 8. Not once, not twice, but thrice. This is a tie-off. Once Matt's tied off, he can go hands-free. He can literally and figuratively hang out. He can get his cell phone out, snap a selfie, post it to his MySpace page. Anyone else still running MySpace? It's me. Explains my friend count. But say Matt's hanging out up there, and some rocks kick loose and hit him in the head. At this point, we're going to need a little bit of audience participation. Any kids that want to help out? Anyone? Don't worry about raising your hands, guys. School hasn't started yet. Come on down. See that rope that's there for your safety? Disregard it. Come right past that. Come on out, come on out, come on out. There you go. Take favors of old. Grab yourself a water balloon, close with and destroy. Get right up underneath him. I'm fairly confident he did a good tie-off. I don't know how many we got. We're running into a shortage being the last day. See what you can get. If not, feel free to just, anything you got in your pocket, change or anything like that, let them have it. You get right up there, guys. Somebody's got to hit them. Oh, perfect. That's what you want. You're better off hitting that wall, guys. Oh! Turned it around on us. Oh, no. That could have been a problem. All right, folks, let's hear it for our rocks. Nice job, guys. Nice job. All done. Hey, Ryan, next year, lawn darts. You don't have to fill them up in between shows, just wipe them off. Every kid gets a chance. All right, so now Matt's been knocked unconscious, but we can't leave him up there. We got a lot of time and money invested in him, and to be honest, we've grown somewhat attached to him. So you look all the way up on that in the platform there, we got Big Sam and Chris. Chris is going to work his way down his line. He's going to latch hands on Matt, and he's going to hopefully bring them both down to safety. You ready, Chris? Come on down, brother.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Okay.
How hard I'm trying to.
We choose all our own music now. Here's a bold choice for Chris, obviously comfortable in his own skin. What's up, Chris? This is your musical selection, is it not? Are you sure? Seems like Matt's enjoying it. A little too much indeed, yeah. You'll come down anyway, all right, if it's a mood. Are you serious? DJ Diversion, our tactical diva's not going to come down to this. He needs something more manly. You got him? I think DJ Diversion's got you, Chris. Let's see what he's got. Outstanding. Chris's repertoire of dance moves is unrivaled. I knew this would get Chris. He loves the Weather Girls. He has all of their album. As Chris comes down, you're going to notice he has a different piece of equipment on the front of his harness. He's not running an 8 anymore. He's running what's called a brake claw wrap. That's going to allow Chris to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, that additional weight is Matt. Chris gets to a position slightly above him, but before he gets to work, he's got to perform a tie-off, lest he become another casualty in need of rescue. Then he reaches for that blue strap on his left side. That's a pick-off strap that's designed specifically for rope rescue work. He uses a partial inversion and an impressive wingspan to hook into Matt's harness, and then uses that pick-off strap and those bulging biceps he somehow shoehorns into an extra medium t-shirt. Large? Not in the men's section, it's not. As Matt comes up, you can see how he naturally reaches for Chris's hips and legs. We're a very close-knit team. At this point, we ask no photos be taken. Thank you. You see Matt's line has gone slack. That's an indication his weight has been removed from the system. Now Chris is working to secure Matt's hardware and completely free him from his line. Now Chris undoes his tie-off and hopefully lowers them both safely to the ground. Looks like he nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, the pick-off. All right, we showed you basic rappelling. We've showed you safety measures we have in place. We've showed you a very small percentage of the rescue work that we are capable of. However, there is also a tactical application for the rope work we're demonstrating here today. Say, for example, if there were a bad guy out here creeping around these fairgrounds. He snatches up a kid, runs up into this building, and barricades the door shut. Horrible choice of location on his part, but I digress. He's got that door nailed shut, and he feels real confident we're not going to be able to make an entry. Unfortunately for that bad guy, the Special Operations Response Team doesn't need to come in through the door. We can come in through the window. But before we do, we count on all our partners. The men and women around the fairgrounds in the gray uniforms and the Stetsons, those are the road troopers. That's the most dangerous and important job in the division. Those are the first responders, the ones running into these chaotic scenes, locking them down and containing them. After that, they call on their supervisors, investigators, negotiators, and our special operations partners, including our friendly rivals, the K-9 handlers. Several K-9 handlers, as well as our operators, are trained as drone pilots, just like this one you hear buzzing above you today. Those give us real-time actionable intelligence without putting our members in danger. However, when it comes to technology, we trust but verify. There is no substitute for the human eye. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Derek, who's ready to run the recon. Derek's careful laying gently on that roof so as not to notify anybody of his presence. He works into a Commando Crawl and starts checking windows for hostage and hostage takers. Uh-oh, appears to be a guard dog. Hopefully it doesn't notify the home. Oh my goodness. He can't get out of there, King. That is not our target. It is receptive, whatever it is. Not sure what pronoun to use there. I meant my first window. I forgot you were coming from up there. Call me. Swipe left, D. Get out of there, bro. We have counselors on standby for traumatic events. He's working his way down that lower window, and he's reporting what you guys saw. The hostage and hostage taker are down there. Now Derek reaches up on the back of his harness for that canister. That's a noise flash diversion device, commonly referred to as a flashbang. That's going to emit a bright light and loud noise that distracts and disorients the suspect while we seize the initiative. It looks like D is ready to deploy the bang, and it looks like we're ready for Scott to effect the rescue. Scotty's in the window. He's looking for the bad guy. Scotty, he's got the jump on you. Oh! Outstanding disarmament. And the flying pinata, the people's elbow. Now just take him into custody and we'll be, oh no, no! Oh, so please do not applaud that at all. Folks, I am sorry you had to witness that clear violation of New York State Police policy and procedures. Scott, you had already disarmed him. Awesome job, by the way. Rules and regs do not allow you to throw a pedophile out of the second story window. No. The manual clearly states it must be the third floor or higher. Second floor's not getting it done, you know what I'm saying? Scotty, how's the kid doing? Timmy, he's okay. Another save for Scott. Let's hear it for Scott. The real hero. Folks, hopefully you can tell we have a good time out here. We love interacting with you good people and working on this awesome tower. It represents a nice break for us. However, at the end of the day, it is a serious business we're involved in. If you look along that roof line, there are 4 sets of numbers. Those are the shield numbers for Michael Strank, Ross Riley, David Brinkerhoff, and Joseph Longobardo. Those 4 men were operators on our team who died in the line of duty. They made the ultimate sacrifice serving the people of the state of New York, and we think it's those guys that deserve a real round of applause, he said. Folks, you have been an outstanding crowd. We really appreciate you coming out, squinting into the sun to join us. Feel free to come forward after the show. We can answer questions, post for pictures. Make sure to hit the PBA and the Trooper Foundation for all your state police swag. And the museum and interactive displays are both very interesting and air-conditioned. Thanks again for coming out, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day at the great New York State Fair.